Hi, and welcome to week 4 of the Motion Coaching Bootcamp. So how'd you go last week? You remember aligning your values? Were you able to write down 10 key values in the area that you're working on? And were you able to actually work that down to your top 5? Are you currently living those values that you wrote down? And what are the reasons why you're currently not living those values? And one of the key distinctions here is to take responsibility. Is to not hand your power over to someone else. It's taking responsibility, being aware. And these are factors you can celebrate. Once it's in your awareness, then it's just a matter of catching yourself. Accepting the fact that certain things are happening or may not be in your control. But you have the choice of how you feel about those situations. And then it's just a matter of being patient with yourself and celebrating when you actually catch yourself. Now this could be sounding all very abstract, but you know if you were living a life of your values that you wrote down. And then what are 3 areas you can actually improve? Or 3 things you can do to improve in that particular area and bring you up to alignment of the values that you wrote down. Now some of the shifts just might be subtle, might be very subtle, and some it might just be neutral. And that brings us to this week, is self-sabotaging behaviours and limiting beliefs. Where are you sabotaging yourself? Now, what are sabotaging behaviours? Well, sabotaging behaviour is anything that's not aligned with your goal, purpose, or passion. So if you're doing anything other than those 3 distinctions. So, sabotaging behaviours, one of the biggest sabotaging behaviours is procrastination. Where are you procrastinating? Are you making the main thing the main thing? Or you're being distracted by 1,000 of other little things that you're making priority? Are you doing things in order of priority? Because how many times do we do the dishes first, or we'll do this first, or we'll do this minor task first before we do the main thing? So make the main thing the main thing. And if you're not, well then that's a sabotaging behaviour. So the home play for this week is to write down 10 areas that you're sabotaging yourself, or 10 things you do to sabotage yourself. So that's anything that's not in alignment with your purpose, passion, and the outcome that you're looking for, of course. And then what about limiting beliefs? What beliefs are you holding to be true that's no longer serving the direction of your dreams? There's no longer serving your goal. So it could be things like, well, around money. Do you think money is the root of all evil? Do you feel money isn't everything? Do you feel that rich people are nasty people? What is it for you that may not necessarily be true? And where did you get these beliefs from? So these are beliefs that no longer serve you and probably aren't even true, that are limiting beliefs, that make your focus narrow instead of expanded. They make you small instead of thinking large. So this week, this challenge, the home play, is I want you to write down 10 self-sabotaging behaviours. Why are you sabotaging yourself? And what areas are you doing it in? And then I want you to write down 10 limiting beliefs. And like anything, just you get through, 2 or 3 might come quite quickly, and then you might get a little bit stuck. Persist with it. Keep asking yourself the question in your mind, and then you'll get the flow again. Persist, make sure you do this. Get really clear. And this will work in and align with your values as well from the previous week. I heard this interesting story just last week, and it was this woman. She was in some university class, it was some writing class or something like that, and she was asked to write an autobiography of her life in one paragraph. And so she wrote the story, and it went like this: that she was walking down a street to go to the shops, and she saw a side street. She's turned and walked down the side street, and she saw like a large hole, and she's walked and she's fell in the hole, and it was a very deep hole, and she was just blaming everyone. Why wasn't there a sign there, and this and that? And she was just totally peeved, and that made it harder to get out of the hole. It took her ages to get out of the hole, and she got out of the hole. She finally got out of the hole and dusted herself off and kept walking. The next day she goes down the same street. Has to go down to the shop, walks down the same street, sees the hole there, knows the hole's there, and still falls in. This time she's like, you know what? I saw the hole there, I fell in it, I take responsibility. And she found when she felt more empowered when she did that, and she was able to climb out of the hole a lot quicker. She dusted herself off and kept going. The third day, she walks down the same street. She sees the street, walks down the same street, sees the hole. She knows where that leads, so she walks around the hole and keeps going. The fourth day, she goes to go to the shops. She sees that street. She knows that the hole's down that street, so she chooses a different street. So where in your life can you choose a different way? Do you even know there's a different way to go? Dare to be great, dare to be you. I look forward to catching up with you next week. Thank you.